Vtech. This is take 2 of this video, because it's rather hard to film on this noticeably different camera. I am filming on my Vtech Kidizoom Studio at 720p, which is its highest resolution. But apart from that, in today's video, I will be looking at a comparison of the Vtech Kidizoom Twist Plus 2013 and the Vtech Kidizoom Printcam 2021. So let's get started. First, I shall turn them both on. Have I missed the on button? Yeah, wrong side. Startup sound for the Twist Plus. Startup sound for the Printcam. This one, as you may have noticed, is slightly more distorted because the speakers on the Printcam are nowhere near as good as the 8-year-older Twist Plus, which can be heard, but as it's a camera, it's not a really big problem because you just want to film or take photos and then view the film on something that has good speakers and a better display. So to get started, first what I'll be doing is just walking through a couple of the apps. So the Printcam has the usual photo and video, games and settings, but the additional apps that not all of them have is Click and Colour, which is printing related, Print Shop and Comic Script Maker, which are also printed related, and Panorama, which can be downloaded, and I have downloaded on the Twist Plus. So on the Twist Plus you have Camera, Movies, Voice Recorder, Wacky Slideshow, Downloads, and basically for downloads, as I said, you can download additional things, and one of the things I've got is Bounce Around, Panorama Camera, and Winter Photo Effects 2013. The panorama camera comes by default on the Printcam, so that's why you don't need to download it on the Printcam. The most modern Vtech cameras nowadays don't seem to have downloads, which I see as a bit of a shame, but other people may not, because downloads are always like £1 each or whatever it was. I've not been on the Vtech Learning Lodge for a while, so I can't really remember the exact price, but it was around £1 for each download on this camera. So we have games, creative tools and settings. Wacky Slideshow on the Twist Plus is basically where you can view all of your photos in a fun and creative slideshow with cool effects that will make you laugh. Yeah. And each one of these apps, when you're hovering above the app with your cursor, they each have a fun little animation effect. I'm not sure if you can see that, but if not, then don't worry, because it's quite bright, so the screens aren't amazingly bright out here, but they all have a fun, like, very simple animation. Probably, I think each one has a 2-frame animation, and on the Printcam it's like it has a 3-frame animation, so I guess they've updated how many frames there are in the animation. And we'll get started by looking through the games now. So, on the Twist Plus you have 5 fun games: Kung Fu Star, Dive Adventure, Germania, Funky Hair Salon, and Crazy Cafe. I've been using these games since I was 4 to 5, so I've had a lot of experience with these really fun games, and I think my favourite is probably Germania, because it uses augmented reality you can move your camera around and there's pretend germs, and you have to click OK to catch the germs, and then you put them in a container and that's the germs gone, which is really fun. And there's less games than the most modern ones. There's only 3 games on the Printcam: Crystal Blast, Hopping Clown and Baby Sloth. I personally think that the games have not had too much put into them recently, and I think that as this camera is for quite young children, I've tried these games before and they're very hard. Some of them, like Hopping Clown and Crispy Blast, they're very difficult for young children, I would say, so I think the games on the Crispy Blast are more fun and more easy to complete by young children. They were a challenge, but they're not too hard. Both of these cameras have a somewhat twisting lens. The Twist Plus has just a twisting lens, it's in the name. Twisting lens, lovely puppy, very, very twisty. And basically you can film out the front or out the back, or any other angle you choose. This Vtech Kidizoom Studio, which I'm filming with, has a flip-up lens, and I've currently flipped it up like this on the studio to film me, so I can see what it's filming, so that I can see when we're all in camera and stuff. So the Printcam has a similar type of lens, but when it's flipped forward, it looks a bit more sleek. But then when it's flipped backwards, it looks less sleek than it does when this one's flipped backwards. It looks pretty good from this point of view. The camera lens on the Printcam is better quality because the Twist Plus has 2 megapixels, Printcam has 5 megapixels, and they both have, I think, 4 times digital zoom. It says that on the Twist Plus, although not on the Printcam. I noticed then that my footage got slightly, it went slightly wrong, so I'm afraid if it goes wrong, I'm sorry about that. This camera isn't amazing, but I just thought it would fit really well, and I'm really excited to see how it works, posting a YouTube video filmed on one of my favourite cameras, so I'm sorry about the camera quality, but I really thought it was a good thing. The same thing applies with this twisting lens. You can also film in any other angle you like. With the camera, this one has a flash, and the Printcam doesn't, because the Printcam has better light sensitivity than the Twist Plus, so it doesn't need a flash as much, but it still would be better with a flash, because if you're filming in pitch black, then this flash really helps, and this one doesn't have a flash, and this one doesn't have night vision, so it's hard to film in pitch black with the Printcam. Not you can with the you can't film with the flash completely on the whole time, but you can only take photos with the flash. The cool thing is you can have the flash also on auto mode, which is where it senses if it needs a flash or not. There's this cool indicator light on the Printcam. It doesn't light up much. It lights up, I think, when you take a photo. Yeah, I think. Let me just double check that. Yeah, it lights up red. The reason I won't be printing today, if you were wondering, I showed that in my last video, and plus I've run out of paper at the moment, and I've not had time to replace it yet, but I will show a video on how to replace the paper on this Printcam one day. We have movies, and on the Printcam, no, on the Twist Plus, it films at 15 frames per second with movies. On the Printcam, I think it's 30. I can't be sure about that, but I'm pretty sure this one does film at 15, but I'm not sure this one films at 30, but I know this one films at, I think, 480p. I think this one is, well, either 240p or 360p. I think it's 360p. It doesn't say in settings, so I'm afraid I'm not quite sure about that. I think the noises for each one has noises for every operation that you do on it, and I think I really miss this sets of noises for the Twist Plus. Like when you move between things, it's like this. That's still there on the Printcam, but that's basically the only one that's still there. One of my favourite noises is the one where you click on something and it makes a lovely sound. There, if you didn't hear it, then this is it again. Sorry, my camera had reached the memory capacity limit, so I had to restart the video. This will probably just be a break in the video, so I've got the fifth glass. Where was I? I can't remember, I'm afraid. Well, I was saying about the resolution of the videos, but I was then, I was moving on to the way that I was missing the Twist Plus sounds. Yeah, so the sound switching between still on the Printcam, the OK click sound, it's one of my favourites, and another one of my favourite sounds is the one where you used to have to, well, these are two of my favourite sounds actually, taking a photo and deleting that photo. I'll demonstrate those same set of sounds on the Printcam for what they are on the Printcam. Taking a photo, more modern but less fun. I think the cameras have tried to be more like modern and sleek than they were, and less sort of fun sounds. And this is the delete sound on this one. Yeah, it's the same delete sound. Oh, I knew that. So the OK sound on this one has changed though, which as I said, I miss. I miss the old one. This is the current one. That's the back sound, this is the OK sound. This is the back sound, slash home sound. So now I'll talk about sounds. Probably the last thing I'll show, I can't remember if I have shown games, I'll just assume I have. So I'll probably move on to, what is there to move on to here? Well, I'll just think about the look then of the cameras and the feel. Well, the feel of this camera, it's not most comfy to hold. You have to find like a grip that works for you, like this or this. This one has a very obvious grip. So two fingers up here, and the rest of the fingers around here, and you just move around the controls there. And it's a nice tight hold, and you can always reach with buttons, I think. This one, you do have to move your hand around a bit, and quite a lot actually, which is slightly less fun to, like, it's hard to move your hand around all the time, just like have a permanent grip with the Twist Plus and just move your fingers, well, just for fun actually. So now I'll move on to the colours. I think the red all over colour suits the Printcam, but it also does come in blue all over. I think one colour all over is rather good, but I think this was a very iconic colour set for the Twist Plus, and they kept with this for a long time. Orange buttons, purpley blue materials, and then silvery for the harder bits, and then purple for the rings around the buttons slash blue, which was very good back then. And another major difference between these two is this one is rechargeable. It actually has a USB micro port here for transferring them data and for charging. So on this one, it's not micro USB. I'm not quite sure what this one's called, but this one, it's only for viewing. Oh, it's turned off at the same time. This one's only for viewing the files and transferring them. They both take micro SD cards. I think this one can only take up to 16 gigabytes. This one up to 32. And this one has a unscrewable tripod, and there's a screw here which you have noticed, but that's just for unlocking and locking the printing roll container. There's cogs inside, and the print comes out of there. And another thing I like about the Printcam's way of doing things is it has a camera with the microphone attached to the camera module, well, near the camera module. So whichever way your camera's pointing is the way the microphone will point too, which I think will help with capturing the sound from the right place. But the Twist Plus has the microphone firmly set on the bottom. I cannot really think of anything else to talk about apart from the Kidizoom logo change, which isn't obvious on the Printcam because it doesn't show. But I really love all the old logos on this camera. I love the design. So this camera, it looks nice, sleek as they aimed, but it doesn't look quite so like it's like fun, bursting with energy sort of thing. I think the Plus captures that in a second. Well, no, in the front. The side's great too. This one, it just looks amazing, and it's got iconic rotary wheel for switching between camera effects. Now that really is all I can think to say. And just to prove that I'm not filming on my usual camera, this is my iPad 8th generation. And I've got it out here because I sort of forgot I was filming on my camera, so I brought it out and then I remembered, well, I brought my camera out too. The last thing I'll say is about the buttons, and then that's probably the end. The buttons on this one, they have the home button and the on button in the same button. They have the delete button, the play button, the star button, the OK button, and the print and joystick button. For the joystick on the Twist Plus actually, because you actually move it around like a real joystick, not just click somewhere on the button. You move it around, and you can move it around whichever way you like. There's a capture button on both of these. And there's also a star button on both of these, which can be used for something special, something like parental controls. And this one has the on button and the home button separately, not together. That's it. This video. Hope you enjoyed seeing my comparison for these two cameras. I'll hopefully do a few more comparisons, though this is probably going to be the best one because oldest to newest you see some of the biggest changes. So I hope you enjoyed watching that video, and I'll see you in my next video. Yeah. Bye!